G'day, ajmahari here. The take a break ghosting person with borderline personality. And the take a break ghosting person with BPD is often, not always, but often somebody who has BPD NPD comorbid. I'm going to have more coming on this. When you are ghosted by the person with BPD who says or just ghosts you, or might say something like, well, I need space, I need time, I need to take a break. But that is implicitly that they want no contact with you for that period of time. That's not something reasonable or fair. They continue to do this work out there. Sorry about that. I just can't wait for them to stop to do a video because I have to follow my own schedule. So anyway, is this take a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD comorbid person? Does this mean that the relationship is over? Well, more often than not it is, and or can I say more often than not it really needs to be. Because if he or she, the ghosting borderline and or BPD NPD comorbid, or a narcissist for that matter, but they don't do it the same way, if they look back your way at all, it'll be all about him or her. More pain in this scenario is absolutely inevitable because these people don't just go away, take a break, where they're often cheating, by the way, and other sorts of things, and lining up the next person and all confused about what they want, etc., 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 because they can never really satiate what they want, not even through other people. Many people that I work with, many clients, many people in general, are in so much pain and agony when the taking a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD does that and just leaves you high and dry. And then so many clients have expressed to me, but like, I'm in so much pain, help me to figure out how to get them back, because will they come back, etc., because I need a break from this pain. And that's like a heroin addict saying, could you please help me to just find a little more heroin because I need a break from this pain. It's only inevitably going to cycle around again, and you're going to be in the kind of pain you're in now, but even worse. Is it possible that you're going to be hoovered? Is it possible that taking a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD comorbid is going to come back, is going to want to see you again, want to be physically intimate with you, want to maybe even, quote, play at, quote, another sort of attempt at a relationship? Yes, it's very possible. But what I urge you to think about today is your own healing and recovery journey, your own self-respect, that you need to build up self-esteem and self-worth, and that you are worth so much more than these people, the take a break ghosting BPD or BPD NPD comorbid, that are just playing you and playing with you. It is a betrayal. The taking a break ghosting borderline or comorbid BPD NPD has betrayed you, and they have in effect ended a relationship without taking any responsibility or telling you that, whether they hoover again or not. It's sort of like a dance for the taking a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD comorbid. It's a dance of like, who can give me the most? Who can I find to, that's better than? And their better than is always about what they can take away, and it is this futile, desperate search for them to try to find themselves through others, and there isn't going to be anybody out there who's going to be able to define them for them. So this betrayal of the take a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD, I'll bet you anything, like many clients I've worked with over the years, I'm working with now, say their friends are supportive, caring, loving, might get it, might not get it, call the person that people are still interested in having come back into their lives, the take a break ghosting borderline or BPD NPD comorbid. up begging people to stop, to let go. It's like, because they care about you. And so I think you need to think more about that. And yet this is from a place that feels impossible, almost, pretty much, to stop thinking about that taking a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD comorbid NPD. And yet you're spinning your wheels and you're digging yourself into deeper and deeper and deeper pain. You're self-abandoning yourself even more. The underpinnings, the connections, which you need to understand, which I'm out here to work with clients to help you through this process with the inner child healing, the family of origin work, and the self-differentiation, and more. Those are just the three main parts of the process, but there are other parts as well. The taking a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD NPD comorbid is only concerned with the self, the lack of self, only concerned with finding identity and satiation, and in the case of BPD NPD comorbid, the narcissistic personality disorder aspect, for lack of a better way to put it, is definitely looking for supply. Image, supply, fun, good times, and they will often, the BPD NPD comorbid taking a break ghosting individual knows they have you right where they want you. They've seen your emotions, they've seen your hurt, they've seen your vulnerability, which there's no shame in having any of those. But they know that they've got you right where they want you, so they can come back and use you again. And that's really going to even tear you up even more. What is the ghosting BPD, borderline, or BPD comorbid NPD really doing when they do this? Well, they're testing. They're testing another relationship doomed to fail, and you're the backup. And, I say this with great compassion for people in these positions because I know how much people are hurting. But please hear my words and let them maybe help you to start to, if you're not already in the process of help, or if you would like to work with me and I resonate with you, please let this be your motivating factor to know that they're often testing you. They know they got you where they want you. You're in a world of hurt. They're not seeing you. They're not valuing you. They are off with others often. Not always just one other. Others plural. And then when all that breaks down, sometimes they'll come back to you. Do you want that kind of breadcrumb, kind of sloppy second thing? I don't think so. And yet it feels so compelling. Are you waiting carefully, trying to stay no contact, trying not to bother them because you don't want to push them away? Obsessive thoughts, ruminating day after day, having difficulty with your work, having difficulty with your schoolwork, having difficulty hanging out with friends, having difficulty being in your here and now because you keep abandoning yourself. And I know this question isn't where people are often, but ask yourself it anyway. Does this make any logical sense to you? And when you can answer, no, it doesn't, and you're so confused, but it hurts so bad, then it's time to face the feelings. And where does that hurt and agony and pain come from? Yes, this taking a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD NPD comorbid, but where does it go back to in your childhood? That's what I help people to not only figure out, understand, but also heal. So you're hurting more than I can possibly describe. I listen to clients all the time. They cry, they're grieving, they're confused, or they're afraid to go their emotions, but you're painfully being held hostage to this. You want that one more time try. You want that fix again. You want and expect that it might go back to the way it was in the beginning. It never does in the recycle. That's what the taking a break, ghosting, borderline, and or BPD NPD is doing. It's just repetition, compulsion cycles. And it's sort of like a wayward sailor with somebody waiting at every port because it's all about their need for identity through others, all about their supply if it's BPD NPD comorbid, all about their trying to find this identity. And they're not going to go off with anybody if they're taking a break, ghosting you, where the relationship may well be over, or where it would really be in your best interest for you to get working with someone, and if I resonate with you, I'm out here to do this work with people, for you to work through the pain, make the difficult choice of letting go before you just get used and hurt again. Because these people, especially BPD Comorbid NPD, they know who they're picking on, and they know your vulnerabilities, and they sadistically enjoy your pain. It's what they feed off of in narcissistic personality disorder. If you're waiting to see if the taking a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD NPD is going to come back and try again, they're going to come back to use you again. They're going to come back through this cycle again. It's going to be faster and faster if in fact it lasts long at all. And then you're going to be devastated all over again. It's not a wait that is worth engaging. And yet for so many people, because of the neurochemical soup of this love addiction, for so many people, they just can't let go. And there's always wanting that one more try. But nothing's going to change. They haven't been to therapy in the meantime, and that takes years anyway. And if they're off with somebody else, betraying you, they're not going to be all happy-peppy over there. They make it look like that on social media, but it's not the way that it really is. And people with taking a break, ghosting, borderlines, or BPD Comorbid NPD, they don't just go on to happy, healthy relationships. There's absolutely no way they can do that without years of long-term therapy. The question in all this is, what about you? You're caught between a rock and a hard place. It's a no-win place to be. It hurts to think that you're not going to hear from them. It hurts to think you're not going to get them back. You don't know. But if you do get them back, trust me, from 30 years plus of experience working with clients, it's not going to be a relationship that works out. You're going to get re-injured in a very major way. So what about you? That you deserve more, that you're worth more, even if you don't feel it right now. That's what you need to get it into healing and recovery, to be able to know and change in the growth and healing of that journey. It's so important, feels so impossible, seems so undoable to make the difficult choice right now. If you're sitting there wondering, is the relationship over? What's happening? Because the taking a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD NPD is doing just that, which is no break, which is not, quote, normal, unquote, or any kind of healthy behavior, that they just go absolute no contact. They're busy elsewhere. People don't want to hear this, but you are just now second fiddle or fourth or fifth or sixth fiddle. You don't know. And you're behind other people, and they're busy with other people. And with the BPD NPD comorbid, they really enjoy watching people squirm because it's all about their supply. More people are dealing with BPD NPD comorbid than realize, especially in the take a break ghosting aspect of all this. Because not really taking a break, it's effectively ending a relationship, but without taking any responsibility, leaving you high and dry in a world of hurt and agony, and then understandably feelings-wise, cognitive dissonance, etc., you want them back. It's the last thing in the world that you need, though. So really, I would encourage you today, if you're sitting in the middle of wondering if a relationship is over, or is there another chance because of the taking a break, ghosting, borderline, and or BPD Comorbid NPD, what you really need to know today is you need to make a difficult choice for yourself. You need to value yourself more. You need to get into a healing and recovery journey. You need to be the one that keeps the door that they slammed with their taking a break ghosting, which is the end, effectively, of relationships. Can they hoover back? Can they come back? Can you get back with them again briefly or for some period of time and they cycle back through and ghost you again? Yes, that happens a lot, but at what cost? And you're already hurting enough. So start taking care of you today by doing what feels impossible. Not the getting help part feels impossible, but you need to work to realize that you deserve and you need to let the door that they slammed in your face with the take a break, no contact deal, dance of the borderline and or abject game and more of the BPD Comorbid NPD, you need to make the tough choice to let that door stay shut, to not sit around, and I mean, you're in a lot of pain, but you deserve to carry on with healing and recovery, to get back to your life, to pay attention to your work, to be able to concentrate, to be able to pay attention to your studies, to enjoy your life and not be on the hook of somebody who I can tell you one thing. You know what they promise? Nothing but heartbreak. They don't know how to love, they don't attach, and they don't know how to commit. They are relational nightmares, and the relationship is relationship impossibility. So the taking a break, ghosting, borderline, and or BPD, NPD, a comorbid person is having you on, is already playing with you, it's highly manipulative, and you really need to make the most incredibly, what feels impossible choice to get help, to start to get yourself out of this suspended animation of so much that hurts and the toxic soup of wanting that fix again, which many people use those words, many people realize that's a part of it. But you know what's absent in all of this? Love. They don't love you, they didn't love you, they never can love you, and they don't attach, and they can't attach, and they will never be able to unless they go through a process of long-term therapy. So take care of yourself, and if you're sitting there waiting and wondering what happened when the take a break, ghosting, borderline, or BPD, NPD has left you for months and no contact, etc., the relationship really is over. And the sooner you can radically accept that and get into a healing and recovery process, the sooner that you can work your way through the agony. Take care.